Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen. Today we have a reading that seems to be related to the number 888. We've got the Eight of Wands, the Star, and the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. And we've got eight stars in the Star card. Aside from that, there's just this feeling of like things aligning. I'm seeing in my head like when you're at a casino and you win and you have the same thing going across the screen. So it's likely that there's been a situation here where somebody did not invest or did not give the effort they wanted to because the timing was off. And then this Eight of Wands is this rapid energy, somebody wanting to have a really serious conversation right off the bat or sending through a bunch of text messages. There's something here where it's like crickets to cacophony, just a crazy change in energy and an effort to heal something. All right, let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I think we actually are going to just pull a few from the Kipper right off the bat. Don't know why that's what I'm drawn to right away, but we're gonna go with it. What else do we have for this 888? Well, there's another 8. That's fun. So we've got message of concern, false person in the reverse, and change. So obviously we've got validation that we've got some sort of communication coming in. It could be written, it could be a phone call, it could be an actual letter. But more importantly, I do feel like there's going to be kind of like, see how she's got her hand up? It's like a little bit of a shock. Good morning, Lynn. Hello, Patricia. How are you both doing? We've got somebody who is like looking at the letter or the phone, just like, what? And then with false person in the reverse, this is indicating that somebody's reputation has changed over the course of time, either yours or your person. And there's an awareness that a conversation needs to happen because this truth has come out. Somebody has been made aware that the other one is actually a really good person or has a good character or has good intentions. There's a change that needs to be addressed here. And that's such a funny sentence to say because this last card, number 9, is a vehicle sitting out in front of like a row house. And it in the book specifies that this is somebody who is changing their address. So there could be somebody here who has decided to move closer to their love interest, or perhaps it's more like an announcement that they're moving away from a toxic environment. Whatever it is, it's a significant change that causes, I think, a repeat of that initial gasp, like, oh, I can't believe you're talking to me, or I can't believe you reached out. And then I also can't believe what you're saying to me. All right, let's consult with the situations deck. If we do indeed have somebody moving, there's a card in this deck that talks about, selling your house. So we have realization and trash in the reverse. There's an understanding here that something that needs to be dealt with has not yet been dealt with. And it feels to me, because we have trash in the reverse, it's a bringing somebody back in, acknowledging that something was said with a misconception or a misunderstanding, right? There was communication that somebody wants to address. Hi there, Dina. How are you doing? So I feel like somebody's just, they've got this sense of urgency or they know they need to address with this situation, but there's also a sense of fear. Like, I don't know how this person is going to receive me. I don't know if they're going to be angry at me. I don't know if it's worth my time. And now we have retaliation in the reverse, Archangel Michael in the reverse, or protection in the reverse, and drastic in the reverse. This feels like somebody wanting to tell whomever wants to reach out, yo, like you're making a huge deal out of nothing. Which isn't to say there isn't something that happened that needs to be talked about or even apologized for. But this retaliation in the reverse is a pretty clear message that we don't have a vengeful person here that you're dealing with. This seems to be a pretty reasonable individual if you come forward and talk to them about what happened honestly, right? So I think there is a message for somebody out there that if you're worried about an argument or things getting out of hand or regretting having that conversation, I think the message here is you're worried about nothing. As long as you carry yourself respectfully, that other person will definitely be doing that as well. So, just kind of like a you'll be just fine kind of message, right? You don't need the protection of Michael. You're worried about something and it wasn't even that harsh. It wasn't even that extreme. There's a no contact situation here that just kind of happened um, because somebody needed more time, I think, to work on themselves. So this feels to me like a message for somebody who is dealing with somebody they didn't date, somebody where whatever happened to separate the two of you was a like a circumstantial situation, right? Because of what was going on in my life and I couldn't be with you. We agreed that we couldn't talk or had to like part ways because you moved across the country. There's something here about understanding what happened. So this is not a reading for somebody who is like upset with an ex for cheating or something like that. It didn't get to that kind of like difficulty, right? This is somebody acknowledging that there's still some hope for renewal and a connection because it just was the wrong time. So this could be related to a short that I posted yesterday about, I think the title was I Don't Care What My Family Thinks. Because we have family coming out with blood ties and inner circle. And this feels like an important consideration in terms of how somebody viewed the situation, what they thought was the right course of action, and how they handled it. And it feels to me like there's also a little dash of I need to make things right with this person because I feel like I could be in their life for a long time or they could be in my life for a long time. Hello there, Delphinia. Happy Sunday. Hello, Voodoo Ninja. How are you doing? So let's continue. We got to get to the tarot, right? Let's continue with the Egyptian tarot. We have the World in the reverse, unfinished business. This is clarifying our trash in the reverse card very clearly. There was something here that happened to end a situation that feels a little bit like self-sabotage or just regular old sabotage. Such a good song. And with the World in the reverse, it's clear that at least one person, if not both people in this situation, feel drawn to a resolution or feel drawn to another chance, right? Like, I haven't fully put that to bed in my mind, right? There's still a chance that something could happen, even though there was something that caused some hurt feelings here. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is this Five of Swords is clarifying our realization card, which has awareness, finding out, coming to light. I think there is some element here of a close tie, like a friend or family member, saying something with the specific intent of keeping two people apart. With the Four of Swords in the reverse, this would have been somebody that made it difficult for one of these individuals to pursue a conversation to clear the air. Ooh, that was weird. Seven of Swords, Three of Cups in the reverse. There were stories made up and lies that were shared in an effort to avoid two people coming back together. The Three of Cups in the upright would represent like a social gathering or a reunion. And there was somebody doing what they could to lie about somebody or something in order to make it so that these two people did not speak again or did not clear the air, right? But we have Michael in the reverse, protection in the reverse, because this truth, I think, has already come out, at least to one person, because there's awareness, right? Emperor in the reverse, somebody was being controlling or tried to manipulate a situation out of jealousy. The ties that bind. This is such an interesting comparison or combination. The Emperor in the reverse and the Devil. This is somebody who does not have self-control. Somebody who exerts control over others because they lack it within themselves. It's like they concoct these ways to mess with other people's lives without really considering the consequences. And they're almost like entertaining themselves, right? Like, I'm a puppet master. Look at all these fun things that I can create. And then when they create that fire, they get burned because they don't have control. Emperors in the reverse. If you're an emperor in the reverse, you have no clue what control looks like. You just think you do. This is somebody who thinks that they can choose who gets what they want and who doesn't. And they said something with the specific intent of making sure there was a fracture or some sort of separation between two people. So my guess is this is somebody who's a very controlling family member, or this is somebody who also had love feelings here for the person they were trying to block or their love interest. This is the Rider-Waite. We have the Seven of Cups, an illusion. Yeah. So now we have the High Priestess in the reverse with the Five of Cups. Someone shouldn't have listened to the gossip. Someone shouldn't have listened to somebody they knew was capable or comfortable with lying about the situation, right? Hello there, Miss Joanna. The whole damn clown. I shouldn't be surprised. You did some painting this weekend? Oh, that's amazing. I love it. So yeah, there's a situation here where somebody was manipulated. Some information was told to this individual by the High Priestess in the reverse that made them walk away from an opportunity. One of these cups is exactly what you're looking for. And this person who had the choice walked away from the thing that they wanted the most on orders or direction or guidance from this High Priestess in the reverse. And it could be just like a complete lie, or it could be there was a kernel of truth and they exaggerated or did something to make it seem like the love interest was an unhonor or dishonorable person. And with the Four of Swords in the reverse leading to the Five of Cups, the fact that this separation happened and there hasn't been a clearing the air kind of conversation, has put this individual in the Five of Cups. They're very regretful or remorseful, feeling like they, have like essentially guided their blessing out the door. Like, oh yeah, see you later. No, it's great seeing you. Nothing to do with you. Yeah, keep moving, keep moving. Wait a second. I love that thing or person or opportunity, like it dawned on them after they lost it. So that's why we have trash in the reverse. They know that they lost something that they should have been trying to protect. Two of Swords in the reverse. Ooh. Acrylics are fun. Two of Swords in the reverse underneath the Seven of Swords, huh? So Seven of Swords is dishonesty, trickery. Somebody who doesn't really want to show their true face. And with the Two of Swords in the reverse, especially coming after the Five of Cups, this is like, I know exactly who lied. I know why they lied. So there has been confirmation of a suspicion, either through conversation or somebody else provided a little bit of info, right? Like, just as an example, so-and-so lied about Susie Q because they actually were in love with Susie Q and didn't want Roberta to be with Susie Q. Whatever it is, there's like I don't want anyone else with this person because I can't be with this person. So if I could just like manipulate this one situation, I'm sure I'll find a way to like make this love triangle end the way that I want it to. But Seven of Wands in the reverse is exactly like the Michael card in the reverse, a lack of protection, which could be sexual for some of you. But like, seriously, this is somebody not thinking through their lies and thinking that they could prevent something from coming out that was kind of like, I don't know, I kind of want to use the term like a salacious, like gossip bit of information. Like, it's not going to stay secret if, more than you know about it. So we have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, the Page of Wands in the reverse, and the Four of Wands sideways. I'm currently hearing, if I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. It's like, I'm so fixated on one person that I'm going to let other things just kind of like fall by the wayside. I'm really just focused on how I can make sure these two people don't get together because all I want is this person. And Page of Wands in the reverse, I feel like at some point there was communication that made it clear or hinted at there not really being a chance for that love to grow, like you may have a crush, but it's not reciprocal, like it's not returned in kind. There's an understanding here that there's a connection, but it excludes the person who's been trying to manipulate. So it's like, then I'll just ruin it for the other person. Then I'll just make sure with the Four of Wands sideways that they don't get past where I got, like I can ruin this for somebody else. Hi there, Nancy. How are you doing? Well, that might be confirmation for you then, huh? All right. I think I want just a little bit more from the OG. What else do we have, please? Nine of Swords in the reverse, Six of Swords in the reverse. there was some sort of kind of like public, it feels like, situation that betrayed the truth about the person who was lying and manipulating. Something that made things considerably worse for the person who lied, obviously, but was like a silver lining in a very dark cloud for the person who walked away from the love interest based off of bad information. So it was like overall not a real fun situation. A couple people's feelings got hurt. Maybe there was an argument that broke out. Maybe somebody decided to throw hands, but like we've got somebody else who acknowledged this had to happen. This argument or this angry conversation, this discord had to happen in order for someone to realize what they had lost and what had happened when they walked away from something that they did actually want. Another 8, by the way. Oh, wow. Sorry, I need a little bit of Dr. Pepper. So we've got the 7 of Swords in the upright and the 7 of Swords in the reverse. So basically, we have somebody that was so caught up in their own scheme or so obviously guilty that now they realize that all they can do, the only option they have, they don't have a choice, is to be honest. There is no, I'll just tell them like a partial truth. Like, no, they're caught. They are screwed. They did not plan this very well. We may see the 2 of Wands in the reverse because this person, they underestimated, I think, multiple people. King of Cups, clarifying the 7 of Wands in the reverse. This feels like somebody getting comfortable with their feelings. Somebody that was running away from their emotion or the love they felt for somebody else, trying to mask it or discard it, replace it. And now they're just kind of like cozying up to it, you know? Okay, you know, you're not so bad. I see now why I fell for that person. They're actually pretty cool. So, like, yeah, no, come in, bring it in. Yeah, we'll just cuddle. So, somebody is feeling like their feelings are validated, right? Like, they loved this person or love this person because they're a good person. And their initial read was right. So now there's like a new conflict, inner conflict that is I literally just said we might get the 2 of Wands in the reverse. Should I just end it there, you guys? I'm just kidding. They realize now they planned poorly based off of somebody else's comments when they themselves had their own intuition telling them a totally different story. This is a case in point when you have intuition guiding you a certain way and someone else that you know, likes to kind of manipulate the situation or call things before they know them. Why would you listen to that person? Your intuition comes before anybody else, because the more you trust it, the more it'll work out for you. Ace of Cups, Empress in the reverse. So they gave their love to somebody else. They made an offer of a relationship or a date. Maybe they're engaged, but they fell for somebody that was basically who they were worried you were, or flip the roles, however it works for you. There is an Empress in the reverse, somebody that is a taker, somebody that doesn't really play nice, right? They want other people to make their bills get paid, make their dreams come true. You know, like this is somebody who waits for other people to do things for them or tries to manipulate other people, steal ideas from other people. This is not somebody who creates this cup of love on their own, right? So this King of Cups had to learn a pretty difficult lesson in terms of choosing the wrong path based on somebody else's comments and getting with somebody that was exactly who they were afraid they were going to find. So this is the Black Tarot. What else do we have? Five of Cups. Five of Spheres or Five of Pentacles in the reverse. That's that idea of there's unfinished business. I'm going to have to find a way to come back around, see if I can get back into this person's life. Tell them that I've learned my lesson, or I've learned to trust my own intuition and make my own decisions. You know, there's a need to say, I've learned what risks are taken and what losses can be incurred if you don't make your own decisions, right? You have to be an emperor in the upright. The Lovers in the reverse, the Queen of Swords in the reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse. We already have the Page of Wands in the reverse, but I gotta say that Queen of Swords in the reverse is a little bit concerning. So what I feel is there was this choice, and this person who was influenced or under an illusion chose a different person when it came to love than they wanted to initially, because they were concerned they were choosing for the wrong reasons, or that the person that they wanted to choose might end up being a little bit difficult to, I wanted to say control, but I don't know if that's right. Like, they felt more comfortable in one relationship because they felt like they were the smartest one in the relationship. But there was a little bit of a question mark with the other person. And so they decided to go with what was a little bit safer, right? Because they were trying to avoid a really clingy or difficult breakup or like unhealthy, toxic love situation. So they went with the person that didn't seem as invested or didn't seem as Queen of Cups, right? Because Queen of Swords in the reverse, this is somebody who can be a little bit biting. This could be somebody who really likes to say things and then watch you wince at the insults. They like to hurt people. A little bit heartless, right? With the Page of Wands in the reverse, it's like dawning on this individual, okay, what I feared from that other person in terms of them being like petty or wanting to hurt me in some way, I now realize like I've set myself up for that from the person who was really the concern, the Empress in the reverse, who I thought I could probably just like, you know, navigate around because I think I'm smarter than them. And I don't know who's smarter than whom, okay, you guys? Like, take it for what you want, but we had somebody that misplaced the characterizations of the people that they were dealing with. That's also why we have false person in the reverse. There was like a plot twist. Oh shit, I accidentally chose the person who does want to hurt me. Now what do I do? You know, like this person has to extricate themselves from a more complicated situation than they originally sought to, you know, avoid. Knight of Wands, Ten of Cups. There is very fast moving action here. Remember, we started with the Eight of Wands, which indicates quick action. And then we have Ten of Cups and Justice. There is a change happening with regards to the living situation, where somebody lives, who they live with, what they want or what they envision as like a dream life, that has changed, that has altered, and now somebody sees things differently in terms of what am I willing to do for the things that I want, and who do I view as my partner. All right, we'll go with the Morgan Greer next. The World in the reverse again, underneath it. Unfinished business. Somebody is worried. What can I do to make things more likely to go my way when I make the right choice? Two of Wands in the upright. So I made the wrong choice, or I planned poorly, but now I know what to do. They're obsessed with it. Like, how do I plan this so well that there's zero chance that I'll be rejected or that somebody will end things? You have Death in the reverse. They can't stop thinking about this. So that could be part of the urgency. Somebody is noticeably irritable because they know they have to rip this Band-Aid off, but they keep putting it off or procrastinating. Queen of Pentacles. Seven of Wands in the reverse. This Queen of Pentacles could be our Empress in the reverse. Let me see, because we also have a tie to the Two of Wands in the reverse. I feel like in particular, this masculine energy, this King of Cups, was trying to figure out who was the Queen of Pentacles, but with the Two of Wands in the reverse, they chose the wrong Queen of Pentacles. And it ended up making them feel like they had stepped into a love situation that made them vulnerable, but didn't provide them like a safe place, right? So, Four of Swords and the Justice card. So now the Empress in the reverse is looking at basically having some alone time to learn a lesson. Is the best way I can put that. Like spiritual jail for sure with this Justice and Four of Swords cards. There's a need for someone to learn a lesson, and it could be more than one person, right? Because we had a couple of people willing to meddle in this and not be honest or approach it honorably. All right, we're going to clarify with the Tarot de la Nuit. I hope that's how you say it. Four of Swords in the reverse and the High Priestess. We may have a case of one person being, like a dark High Priestess, and one person being a verified High Priestess. But we do, at the very minimum, have somebody that has paid attention to what needed to be healed and listened to their own intuition in terms of changing their situation, removing themselves from a toxic environment, King of Wands, and taking action on something that they'd been thinking about for a long time. A relationship they've been thinking about for a long time. This is two people coming together. Two of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This feels to me like someone viewing another person as a really nice compliment or balance to them, right? Like what I offer, you maybe struggle a little bit with, but vice versa. You help me where I struggle. Like there's a good fit here. We might see the Temperance card come out. Ace of Wands, a new beginning, a new partnership. Queen of Wands. A very alluring, like, how do I say this? There's some strong physical chemistry here. Like, there is a bit of sexual tension. So, somebody may be thinking about you a lot. Knight of Cups in the reverse with our Two of Cups. Knight of Swords. Somebody in the reverse, somebody is going to take reckless action towards love. And this, honestly, with the Knights being in the reverse, this could be the person that was trying to mislead the King of Cups. Yeah, Queen of Swords in the reverse. Yep, so there's likely going to be like a failed love offer followed by one that has an actual chance. You know, obviously it's going to be different for each of you in terms of how you feel about this person and whether or not you would like to have another opportunity with them. But it looks to me like we've got somebody who thinks, I mean, honestly, they're coming across a little bit like delusional. Like maybe you told them already that there's not a chance here, but it's like, what movie is that? So you're telling me there's a chance with Jim Carrey? I can't think of it. You know, like not getting the hint and then something having to be pretty final. Like, no, actually, like for real though, like there's not going to be a thing here. With Queen of Cups, there's an element of someone being kind of like a bit of a, well, Queen of Wands, right? Somebody who draws in a lot of attention. So there could be a couple of people that have their eyes on this Queen of Cups. Four of Pentacles, but she keeps to herself. King of Pentacles in the reverse. There could be a focus on finances for this individual right now, or a focus on being comfortable as a single person, right? Wanting to get to the point where they don't feel like they have to compromise in order to be in a loving situation, because they've had love situations that they were very comfortable or confident in that ended up being not so great, right? So they've learned their lesson in love and they're ready for something legit. Four of Wands. Something serious, right? Tell me about this King of Cups, please. High Priestess in the reverse, Page of Pentacles. A new beginning for somebody who was not listening to their intuition. Somebody wants to hit reset, have another opportunity, another start. Death. After significant transformation or a change for them, right? Like metamorphosis. They see things differently now and they are more likely to stand up for themselves. The Lovers in the reverse. And they know they chose poorly. They know they lost something. Tell me about the Queen of Swords in the reverse, please. Two of Swords in the reverse. King of Wands in the reverse. They have been exposed as a bully or somebody who likes to manipulate others. There's not really, like, they don't have the same chances to influence other people like they used to because they've been called out for being manipulative. Ten of Wands in the reverse. So it's like over, done. You know, like this person may have to kind of find a new posse, find a new friendship circle or community because they have a pretty negative reputation right now as somebody who shouldn't be invested in, somebody who takes and doesn't give back, somebody who's unreliable, somebody who is dishonest. Tell me about the Five of Swords, please. Five of Wands, a fight, competition. Ten of Cups, over love. There is a competition here for somebody's hand, somebody's heart. Five of Pentacles. Lots of fives. So that could also be a confirmation for you because we have the Five of Swords being clarified by the Five of Wands, Ten of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. So there was an argument here because of love, and somebody ended up being, put on the outside, left out, excluded, ghosted. Eight of Wands in the reverse. All right, you guys, I hope that helps. I'm going to leave it there before I have any audio issues, but I'll be back later with at least some shorts, but hopefully also another reading or two. So I'll see you there. Bye, guys.